All right, we're live. Hopefully, we'll see. We are here with another episode of the SNG Weekly Wrap Up. I'm excited about this week's episode. It is the Super Bowl, so we are going to be recasting the live action version of The Simpsons, as is only fitting. Let's go around. Let's start. I don't know much about the show. I've seen like 3 episodes of the show. AJ, Joe, where are you at? And then we'll go to our resident expert, Dan.
I've seen probably hundreds of episodes. I don't really understand how you can only seen 3 episodes of a show that's been on for, I mean, 30
Yeah.
years. I mean, it's following football games. I think was the biggest thing. You watch a
Hmm.
game on Fox, and then there's The Simpsons. I mean, that was for me my exposure into it. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty neutral towards it. I see the influence. Um, but I'm not gonna binge watch The Simpsons.
Hmm.
But I like their commentary. I love Treehouse of Horror, which is their Halloween specials that they do. Um, but probably should have wrapped it up many years ago. So um, I'm with you on maybe not being interested in The Simpsons, but I just can't believe that it just hasn't been on, as like background noise or something.
Yeah, I don't know why. The only 3 episodes I've ever seen were in a TV class that I took in college. So I've never even like actually sat
So
down
you've
and
been like
willingly.
actively avoiding it
I
because
Yeah,
haven't been
that's what I'm
avoiding
saying.
it. I
Like
just haven't watched it. I don't know.
it's
it's hard
everywhere.
to have never seen it. It really is.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. What about you, AJ? You're not a
I'm
big
I'm
Simpsons
kind
guy.
I'm not. I'm kind of in your boat where like, I grew up not being allowed to watch it because of the themes and motifs that were not of God, you
Mm.
know. So,
Hmm.
just like scary movies, Jurassic Park, Jaws, like all these classics that came out when I was younger, I totally missed the boat on that. So, then as I got older, I really just wasn't interested because it wasn't, something that I was into. But I've seen episodes here or there on TV. I know Homer eats donuts. That's a thing.
Is he a cop?
Works in a nuclear power plant. No.
Well, I guess AJ is going to be frozen for half the show, which is good. We can still hear you, so
Yeah.
no worries there. Dan, I know you're a big Simpsons guy, right?
Yeah, I am. I think it's like I almost think it's more significantly a thing in British culture than it maybe is in American culture. It's on like so we have like classically we have four main TV channels.
Hmm.
Or like that's what it was before the kind of digital TV was a thing. And on channel 4, it used to be on channel 2, but on channel 4 now, like every weekday at 6 p.m. they show an episode of The Simpsons, and I think they might even do like 2 episodes nowadays, like back to back. Um, and that's been a thing for like as long as I can remember. So that's kind of prime time for TV. You come home from school, you come home from work, you come home from uni, whatever. You watch an episode of The Simpsons. So yeah, I think it's quite a significant show over here. And yeah, I'm just as surprised as Joe in the fact that you've only seen 3 episodes of it ever. So yeah, this will be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's on Disney Plus, so this draft might encourage me to go to Disney Plus and watch a few episodes. I think it's one of those things too where when you just like miss it and all your friends are watching it when you're in high school or whatever, and then you don't watch it, and then like everyone in college already knows about it,
Yeah.
and there's 20 seasons. It's intimidating to just go like start watching. I'm not going to sit down and watch 20 seasons most likely. So I think that's part of it. But yeah, maybe I'll be more open to watching as we move forward. I've never been close to. I just haven't watched, but we'll see. Before we do the draft, though, real quick, I want to do. It is the Super Bowl. Joe and I didn't get to this on Spurtability on Thursday or Friday, so I just want to throw out some prop bets for the Super Bowl. See where you guys are leaning. I'll be interested. I'm not betting any props this year because it's just like it's too much. I just want to enjoy the game for once. But Dan, are you familiar with the prop bet thing? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm, no. Well, explain quickly.
So yeah, so it's really big for the Super Bowl, but for a lot of
Oh, like the Gatorade stuff and all
the
that.
Gatorade,
Yeah,
the coin
okay, yeah,
toss,
got you,
all
got
that.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll go through some of these. I took them from Fox Bet. If you want to find your own odds, go to sngnetwork.com and look through all their sportsbook reviews, and you'll find some good odds, good places to bet. But okay, so we have the coin toss. It's heads or tails. Both are plus 100. We'll start with Joe. What are you choosing for the coin toss?
I mean, gotta be tails never fails. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be kicking yourself if you're not doing, tails never fails. That's it.
Okay.
Right. You know.
AJ, are you sticking with that logic? Tails as well?
No, I chose a long time ago, many years ago, that I would pick heads every single time, because you flip flop, you have a good chance of not hitting 50%.
Exactly.
In your lifetime. So I'm a heads guy. I'm always a heads guy.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say I chose a long time ago because AJ chose heads. I also chose heads, so that it was always a rush to see who could choose heads first. So I'm also a heads guy, but for that reason. And Joe, you're always a tails guy, obviously.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. As soon as you pick one, it has to be yours. That's it. Like when I play roulette, I play the same 5 numbers every single time, because if that other number hits, I feel like an idiot. So tails never fails. Tails every time.
Dan, are you heads or tails guy?
I don't think I'm committed to one or the other, but on this, my initial thought was tails. And seeing as that makes it 2 tails, 2 heads in this, I'll stick with that.
Perfect. Some of the other ones, we don't have to pick all of these, but I like first team to use a coach's challenge. Bucks at minus 120, Chiefs at minus 105. I just think Arians is going to be throwing a challenge on like an 8-yard play. Successful 2-point conversion. Will there be a safety? Will there be an onside kick? Now, this one I like. Longest touchdown, 42.5 yards. Over or under? They're both at minus 110. Joe, I'll give you first pick on this again.
I'm gonna go over any yardage.
You have to.
You might as well just
You have to. You
any yardage prop.
Game.
You go over. Yeah.
The problem with the yardage props is that you almost, when you should be getting excited by a team like crossing the 50-yard line, you're almost like regret it. You don't want them to, because you want the long touchdown.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point. Well, then you can root for penalties though.
Yeah, true. Good point. Always fun to root for penalties. I'll go over to AJ. What do you think?
Got Tyreek. Yeah, when you got Tyreek Hill playing in the game, man can run on the football field over 20 miles an hour. Bound to be a long play.
Yeah,
taking the over.
Yeah, me too. Dan, do you want to ride with us?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, over for sure.
Good. Then we have
on our bandwagon.
Yeah, we have shortest touchdown. This is 1.5 yards. So over would be 150 plus 150. Under would be minus 200. So basically, do you think there will be a 1-yard touchdown? AJ, we'll start with you on this one.
Yes, I think there will be.
You think there will be a 1-yard touchdown? So you'll take the under.
It could be penalties. Could be whatever. You get that goal line stand. Eventual push in to the end zone. So.
I agree.
I was saying the same thing. I mean, you have a much better chance of scoring a 1-yard touchdown than really any other yardage in the red zone because of penalties. Where you say half the distance, you're going to go immediately to the 1-yard line if you're within 10. But between the Kelsey shovel pass and Tom Brady sneak, I think the 1-yard touchdown is again. It's the only.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is if you can find a prop, I couldn't find it anywhere. If you can find a prop for a Brady sneak touchdown, I think you got to take it. And then if you're taking that, then you go with the under 1.5 as well. Dan, you want to be a dissenting vote here, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's not. I think there'll be a 2-yard touchdown.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll take the over.
That'll be the over. Okay. Well, you would win the most money if we all bet the same amount and yours hit. So then finally, the one that we love every year, the one that made AJ wear a dress to Romeo and Juliet. That is Gatorade color. It's weird this year. So typically everything's about plus 400 or above. This year you've got orange at plus 120, red at plus 300, pink plus 400, yellow plus 5, clear +6, green +650, purple +750, and blue +900. Joe, where are you leaning with the Gatorade color? The all important prop, probably the one that if you're going to bet on a prop, bet on this one because at least it'll make you stick around to the end of the game no matter what.
I mean, if it's got to be one of the two favorites because
Yeah.
obviously it's one of the teams is going to use orange, one team is going to use red. It's not hard to know.
But it never really works like that. Like everyone always says, "Oh well, both teams wear red, so it's going to be red." It never works.
There's like 50 people that know exactly what color they're going to use before the game. Like to me, this bet has become very it's become very watered down. I used to love this bet.
Yeah, still do,
and
I still do.
Recently, it's just, I don't know. People are they overthink it a little too much. You know, it's got to be more of a personal feel. Now it's become very, it's been very watered down in my opinion. Truthfully, I think there's great value in clear or water because
+600.
You're trying to avoid as much extraneous things as possible, and those big orange bags of the Gatorade powder. It's not something you're going to want to have, some kind of outsider doing before the game. Trying to limit exposures and trying to limit touching. I've seen it personally that there's been a ton of water on the sideline this year, and I don't know why that's at +600. But again, I'm becoming a victim of my own analysis. So to just ride it, you got to say red. I mean, that's it. You're gonna feel like a fool if you don't pick red. Both teams were red,
Yeah. All right. AJ, what do you think? Orange, red, pink, yellow, clear, green, purple, blue.
Yeah, I was thinking, because I don't really know how it works. I don't know if they have like multiple things of different flavors. Some people like this flavor, some people like that flavor, and they just grab a random jug. I'm gonna go clear because of COVID. I don't know if they're gonna do a dump. Maybe they don't dump. Maybe they squirt some sanitizer on a guy's shoulders. Who knows? You can't be taking risks like that on national television. So
maybe they will dump sanitizer. I didn't even think about something like that. Seems like a waste of sanitizer.
Well, that's why I'm gonna take the clear. I'm gonna take the clear.
So. I go orange every year since it won me that bet. Love to go orange, and then I also think the Chiefs are going to win. And so on the logic standpoint, Joe, they used orange last year. They're not going to mess with that mojo. They're going to use orange again this year. It's going to be orange. Dan, what do you think? Orange, red, pink, yellow,
go green. I think was +700.
Green, yeah, +650. Green,
I'll go with that.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good one.
Bet, but
because I like those bets though, because when you take a color that's not in either team's uniform, you oftentimes end up with some success. So I like that. Well, that segment was sponsored by SNG Network, as is this whole show. Go check it out, sngnetwork.com. All right, we could get into the draft. Dan, maybe run us through the 10 characters that we'll be drafting today.
So we got Homer Simpson, the dad of the family, Marge, the wife, Bart and Lisa, the two oldest children. We haven't done Maggie because we thought, Maggie's a baby. There's no point in drafting that. So instead, we've got Milhouse, who's kind of like, I guess, Bart's best friend, romantically interested in Lisa. Lisa doesn't really care about him. We've got neighbor Ned Flanders. Mr. Burns, the owner of the nuclear power plant in the town, sort of millionaire, old guy. Krusty the Clown, who is on children's TV. Then we got Mo Sislak, owner of the... I can't remember what the bar is called.
Called Mo's.
This is Mo's bar, isn't it? Mo's Tavern. Mo's Tavern. And then Kent Brockman, the newscaster, is our 10th pick there.
And this is live action, right? So we're assuming
they're
doing a live action, so it's not just their voices. So just to be clear on that.
Lots of yellow face paint.
Yes. Yeah, what would they do if they did live action? I was thinking about that. Like, how would they even do that?
You can only cast people who have jaundice.
Yes, yes, great point. All right, so Dan, since you have the last pick, it's the draft order is me, Joe, AJ, Dan. Since you have the last pick, why don't you give us your list first?
Cool. So we've got Bruce Willis,
Okay.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Okay.
Are these coming out? Yeah, cool. Mason Ramsey,
Of course.
a staple. TikTok star Charlie D'Amelio.
D'Amelio, I believe it is.
Yeah, D
Did I get it right?
apostrophe. Yep. Yeah, you got it right.
I hate that I know how to spell that.
Yeah, me. Then I got Jake Paul. Donald Sutherland.
Nice.
Elon Musk. Will Ferrell. A guy who I don't think any of you would have heard of called Danny Dyer. Dannydyer. He's a UK actor. You might recognize him, but he's a bit of a geezer, a London kind of guy. And then last up, I got Tucker Carlson.
I think that was 10, wasn't it? Oh no, that was okay. My bad.
Danny Dyer and Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So AJ, we'll go with your list next.
All right, I got Patrick Warburton.
Nice.
He's a famous voice guy.
Mm-hmm.
David Putty from Seinfeld. Fran Drescher is Marge.
Great to have her back.
Of course, and my staple, Danny DeVito.
Okay.
We got Abigail Breslin.
Okay.
And Gatton Matarazzo.
No, you took one of mine.
Stranger Things.
Damn. All right.
You gotta have a little nerdy kid.
I know. I mean, he's the perfect Millhouse.
Yeah, for sure. I expect him to go off the board pretty early. Flanders, David Cross.
Nice.
From Arrested Development.
Great pick.
Love that guy. Mr. Wonderful, again, making an appearance.
I'm just going to put Mr. Wonderful.
We got Crispin Glover.
Oh, another one of my picks. That's unbelievable.
Gotcha. Christopher Lloyd. Doc.
It's a good pick. Thought about having him.
And Will Arnett as Ken Brockman, the news anchor.
Okay. Joe, where's Daniel Day-Lewis fall into your list?
Yeah, so you can cross him off. You can put him there.
Okay.
Lead it off with him.
Oh, great.
Then we'll go Rebel Wilson.
Okay.
Julie Andrews. Steven Seagal.
Does he spell his name with a PH or a V? I'll look that up. I think it's a V, right?
I think it's a V as well.
Yeah. Spelled the whole thing wrong.
Louis C.K.
Nice. I wonder who's going to be picked last. Who I'm going to be picking last.
Donald Glover.
Okay.
Jason Alexander. Jerry Seinfeld. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Just going with the Seinfeld cast right there.
So we're going to have the Seinfeld cast. So I don't know if Louis C.K. will be the last
Michael
pick,
Richards next?
because Michael Richards is going to be on here as well.
Yeah.
When I get to my list, it's going to be a tough last round, I think. All right. Was that your last pick, Joe?
It should be 10.
Is that your last one? Okay. So I will go Paul Giamatti, Helena, however you say her name, Bonham Carter. I'm going with Barron Trump as Bart. As Lisa, we're messing around with the ages a little bit, but I'm throwing in Caitlyn Jenner. We've got Michael Cera as Flanders. Christopher Plummer May he rest in peace. But he will be cast. Maybe we'll do like a hologram, like they're trying to do with James Dean, something like that. I have Billy Bob Thornton, again, kind of messing with the ages, but I was thinking Milhouse there because AJ stole my Gaten Matarazzo. Carrot Top, obviously, got to be on all my lists. I have Samuel L. Jackson as Mo. And then as Kent Brockman, I have Bill Cosby. So got a good good
The
collection of
last
guys.
round is going to be canceled, people.
Yes, our entire show is going to get canceled.
Spacey on this list.
Yeah. Should I switch out Billy Bob for Kevin Spacey? No, we'll stick it like this. Honestly, I did not want to have the first pick because I don't really know what the first pick is on this list. So I'm trying to think. I feel like you need a good homer. Is there a first pick? Am I missing something here? Whatever. I'm just going to take Paul Giamatti as homer. I've already resigned to losing this list, so I'll see where you guys go, and I'll adapt my picks from there. Joe, who's your first pick?
I'll do DeVito as Homer.
Okay. Where is DeVito? There he is. It's a good pick. AJ, your first pick in the first round.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my guy for Homer, and go Patrick Warburton.
Okay. You and I both sticking with our guys. Dan, you got 2 picks here.
I think for Homer, I got to take Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay.
Keep it classy, and then I think I will take. I'm going to take Baron Trump, but as Milhouse.
Okay.
And that'll be my second pick.
Where is Milhouse? There he is. All right. Baron Trump off the board earlier than I thought he would be, but a sneaky good pick. Everyone knows top-notch actor, Baron Trump.
He's like 6'8" as well or something.
Yeah, he's gigantic. Yeah. AJ, your second round pick.
Yeah. This is tough. I think because of the lack of female presence, I'm going to go against my gut in picking Milhouse and go for Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Marge.
It's a good pick. A lovely couple they would make, her and Patrick Warburton.
We've seen
they
it
were
before
a couple on the show.
screen.
Yeah,
They got quite some chemistry. Yeah.
Exactly. Joe, your second pick.
let me do. Let me do.
This is the hardest draft we've done, huh?
Will Arnett as Mo.
Will Arnett as Mo? Okay. I mean, I knew you were going to pick Will Arnett. It was just a matter of where was he going to be on your list. I missed out on this guy the last time he was on the draft. I don't want to miss out on him again. I'm taking Mason Ramsey. I'm going to put him at Bart. Just, love my guy.
See, he's a Millhouse, but, we'll keep him there.
He's a Millhouse, not a Bart?
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
But there's not a lot of youth. So, I mean,
that's the thing, too, is there's only so many people I can choose from. I'm going to fill out my Lisa as well. I'm going to take Abigail Breslin. She's just a fantastic actress, and someone needs to save this live action movie of mine. So I'll take Abigail. Joe, who's your third round pick?
I'll do because it was really such a great fit. I'll do David Cross as Flanders.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think I would get him on the turnaround. He's the best Flanders.
Yeah, I think that's like the best fit across the whole.
Who is he? He's the neighbor.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna, keep reiterating how
Oakley
clueless I
dokley.
am, so that way, so that way I don't get roasted too bad by the people who watch this. AJ, you were your third round pick now that David Cross is off the board.
Damn. Did you guys know, fun fact, that there's a Ned Flanders themed metal band?
yes, I've seen them live.
No, I did. You've seen them live?
Oh yeah, me
Yeah, I
too.
saw them in Montclair.
Oakley
Oakley
dokley.
Dokley. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
They wear the cardigans. And
Mhm.
it's great.
They were really good. They were like really good. I gotta say.
That's awesome.
All right. Now that I've successfully stalled, I still don't know who to pick. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take Donald Glover as my Bart.
Okay.
Kind of a risk, but that's what I'm gonna do.
He's gonna be playing down in years, but he's a good enough actor. I think if anyone can do it. Oh, sorry, Joe, I gave him to you. If anyone can do it, it would be Donald. I like that.
Yeah, the Donald.
Dan, where are you going?
I'm gonna take Michael Cera as my Bart. I know
Okay.
he's on the board as a Flanders, but I'll take him as my Bart. And then I think I'm gonna have to go with Bryce Dallas Howard as Marge.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Gotta have
left me and Joe with a bad Marge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good pick. I just looked at the board again and remembered Tucker Carlson is up there. Joe, AJ, I'm sorry, it's back to you in the fourth round.
Back to me. Gonna go Charlie D'Amelio. Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie D'Amelio as your Lisa.
Charlie as Lisa. Yeah.
Are you just going down in order of the characters? Is that how you're going to draft this whole thing?
That's right. Start from the top, most important, and
I love
I'll
it.
work my way down.
I love it. Joe, where does that leave you?
I don't
then?
want to get stuck with Caitlyn Jenner or something. It's like, yikes.
I'll do Marazzo as Bart.
Okay. Oh, as Bart. Okay. See, to me, I thought he would have been a good Millhouse, but I guess maybe I don't know the characters quite well enough.
I mean, he's. I don't know. Bart is edgy. Like, is Gaten edgy? I think he can be. He's a musician.
He is a musician. He's a great musician.
Yeah.
As is my Bart. So we've got all the Barts filled. We've got all the Homers filled. All right, I need to pick. It's going to be a weird marriage, but like you said, I don't really. Well, man, I'll take Helena Bonham Carter as Marge. I don't really want to get stuck with Caitlyn Jenner as Marge, like you were saying, AJ. And I'll take Samuel L. Jackson as my Mo. I don't know who this Mo is, but I like Samuel L. Jackson, so why not get him on the team? Joe, back to you.
Let me do Crispin Glover as Mr. Burns.
Okay. You have to get Crispin. That's a great pick. So AJ, Joe keeps stealing your picks.
I know.
And you keep scrambling. So I'll give you a minute. This is a tense draft.
I'm gonna stick with the Donalds.
Okay.
This time I will go Sutherland, and he's going to be my Mo.
Your Mo. Okay. Not a lot of old people left to fill that Mr. Well, I guess Crispin Glover's not old, so maybe Mr. Burns doesn't need to be. Dan, you've got two picks.
So I'll take Rebel Wilson as Lisa.
Okay.
Good pick.
Yeah. I think I had to make that pick at this point. And then I'm going to take... I think for the Anchorman stands, I'll take Will Ferrell as Kent Brockman.
Have we done a draft yet where Will Ferrell hasn't been there? Will Ferrell and Daniel Day are like our two
And Mason
staples of
Ramsey.
every draft. And Mason Ramsey, yeah.
I don't think he showed up to New Year's Eve.
No, he didn't. But
Or
did
the
Daniel
Mission
Day?
Farm.
Yeah, Daniel Day did. So, particularly Christy Brown did. So, AJ, you've got your sixth round pick here.
Sixth round pick. I'm looking at Michael Richards over here for Krusty.
Wow.
Krusty
You're going with
Krab.
Michael Richards this early, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I got a Seinfeld theme going. I may take Jason Alexander next round. Who knows?
No, that's great. That's great. Pick Michael Richards in the sixth round. That's good. Take Bill Cosby next time around. They'll get along well. Joe, your next pick.
Give me. Give me Jake Paul as Millhouse.
Okay. That was actually going to be my pick on the turnaround. So took one from me. I am going to take Jerry Seinfeld, just so AJ can't have him, and I'll put him as my Flanders. And I will take. I'm going to take Christopher Lloyd as my Mr. Burns. Happy to have Christopher Lloyd on as part of this cast. All right, Joe, you're back to you. You've got Lisa, Marge, Krusty, and Brockman to pick. Kent Brockman. We're getting into the weeds here. There's not a lot of great picks left on the board.
Give me Tucker. No, actually, no. Give me Billy Bob as Krusty.
Billy Bob as Krusty. Okay. I hope you're still able to get Tucker on the turnaround, Joe. AJ, you have Millhouse, Flanders, Mr. Burns, and Brockman left to pick.
Yeah, I really got to fill Millhouse, and I don't have any youth left. But looking at this list, seeing who doesn't really age, Carrot Top. Carrot Top looks just like he did in the early '90s.
Mm-hmm. And you're putting him as Millhouse, you said?
Glasses on him.
Have you seen Carrot Top recently?
No, probably not in 15 years. So
he does not
has-
look like he does. He does not look anything like he did in the early '90s.
Fit as a fiddle.
All right, Dan, do one pick, and then I'm going to just read off everyone that's left on the board. So finish off the seventh round here.
I will take Elon Musk as Mr. Burns.
Okay. So with that, Dan has Flanders, Krusty, and Mo to pick. Left on the board, we've got Tucker Carlson, Bruce Willis, Danny Dyer, Fran Drescher, Mr. Wonderful, Julie Andrews, Steven Seagal, Louis C.K., Jason Alexander, Caitlyn Jenner, Bill Cosby, and Christopher Plummer. Dan, where are you going with your pick?
I will take. I had planned out. Oh yeah, Bruce Willis as Flanders.
Okay.
I think he'll play a good Flanders.
All right. So that leaves you, AJ, with Flanders, Mr. Burns, and Brockman. Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to fill my Flanders slot with, guess what? Another Seinfeld cast member, Jason Alexander.
Okay. It's good. You're just recreating the show. A lot of people will watch. They'll want to see.
Yeah.
The problem is you don't have Jerry
Seinfeld.
So, it kind of kills, what you're doing. But
it's being produced by Larry David. So.
Okay. I missed that in the draft. My bad. Joe, your pick here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Tucker Carlson as Brockman.
Okay. Okay, so you're leaving Marge and Lisa to your final pick. All right, I have Milhouse, Krusty, and Brockman. Um, I don't know. Did you say Danny Dyer's old?
He is probably like mid 40s.
Okay, so he's probably the youngest left on this list. So I'll just throw him into the Milhouse slot. And then I've got either Krusty or Brockman. Um, man, um, I'll go with Mr. Wonderful as my Brockman, and I'll see if I get left with Louis C.K. or Bill Cosby. Joe, your pick here. You have Marge and
Surprises
Lisa.
me.
I surprised you.
I thought you wanted nothing to do with Mr. Wonderful.
It'd be a good. I think Brockman's a newscaster. You said right.
Yeah,
So yeah, and, I'm fine with him doing that. He can read the news. That's all right with me.
he doesn't have a major. I mean, it's not really in the show too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a newscaster. Give me Julie Andrews as Marge.
Okay. How did we end up with an extra woman on this list? I don't know, but that's all right.
Didn't you put Caitlyn Jenner as Bart? Someone put Caitlyn Jenner as Bart.
No, I put Caitlyn Jenner as Lisa.
Okay.
AJ, you've got Mr. Burns and Brockman.
Oh, we can't hear. Oh,
I'm gonna take.
no, we can hear
You
you.
can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. I'm gonna go with Christopher Plummer here.
Okay.
May his soul rest easy in heaven.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Can't
As
believe
Mr.
you
Burns.
dropped that low. I'm gonna put him in as Brockman.
Well, he's dead, so it's hard to cast a guy who's dead. So
Yeah, but Michael Jackson is still having concerts, and so they could do a lot with hologram technology these days.
true. That's true. It's a good point. Dan, you've got Krusty and Mo.
Yeah, so I will take. I'm just having to remind myself who Fran Drescher is. What's she from?
The
She's
nanny.
from The Nanny, and for some reason, she's highly underrated. She was part of one of the most successful sitcoms of all time.
Yeah, but you got to listen to her voice the whole movie.
Billions of people have loved. I love The Nanny. I'm a big fan of The Nanny. Great show.
I'm gonna take Steven Seagal as Krusty because I think that's good casting. I think that's a very good pick for this late on. And then I think I would take Caitlyn Jenner as Mo. I think Caitlyn would make a very good
go back to her
person.
roots. Some would say.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's good. AJ, you're Mr. Burns. You've got Fran Drescher, Louis C.K., and Bill Cosby.
This is tough, man.
I mean, you can essentially end Joe's draft here by taking.
I could.
Yeah.
By taking Fran Drescher and leaving him
Bill Cosby as Lisa.
But I don't want to do that. I don't want to start something where because in future drafts, then he's going to be eyeing for me to sabotage.
He wins every week.
That is 100% true.
And I'm not about that. So I'm going to take Louis C.K. I think he's the least canceled out of the two men left.
Yeah, I mean, there's no comparison.
Him
and Cosby.
Mr. Burns.
There's really no comparison at all.
I actually thought Louis C.K. would be a good Krusty, so I almost took him last round, but I didn't want to be preemptively canceled. But AJ, okay. We'll get into it when we're done. Joe, I'm assuming you're taking Fran Drescher
as Lisa. Yeah, and I will say Louis C.K. played a bartender. Tremendous show called Horace and Pete on Hulu, and he did a great job. So
you think that's a tremendous show?
Oh yeah.
Oof, that show was brutal. I tried to watch it.
Did you watch it till the end?
It was really tough. No, I couldn't get
You're
through.
Supposed to watch the ending. The ending makes it all make sense.
All right.
It's like watching a
Um,
ventriloquist talk to us with AJ.
Yes, yeah.
Your
with
camera just
AJ.
freezes, but your audio is just like perfectly normal, like just continuing. But you're just sat there with your mouth closed, saying all this stuff. It's awesome. What a talent.
All right. Well, I've got Bill Cosby as Krusty, and who's funnier than Bill Cosby?
Don't they
And
make similar, like the Krusty the Clown
Yeah, they are
noise
similar.
is
Yeah.
quite similar to.
And honestly, what's scarier than a clown, and who in real life is scarier than Bill Cosby? So, I'm not too upset about that pick. AJ, you have Louis C.K. and Michael Richards on your team.
Yeah, these are funny guys. I think what you guys all kind of missed with your drafts are like not drafting somebody who's like, may look the part or something. I mean, this is a comedy. These people are funny. You got to be able to deliver a joke. I think I got the funniest cast up here.
Well, see, that was how I
I'll
felt.
leave
I'd
that
like
to the fans to decide.
You have Carrot Top.
Well, he's not that funny, but is
Like the
Milhouse
seventh
funny?
round.
No, he's pathetic.
Sorry, Joe, I cut you off.
No, I was going to say the same thing. I mean, it's there are characters that are more serious. Your Marges, your Lisas, your Mr. Burns. Where you're more laughing. They're like the straight man here.
Mhm.
I don't hate going with a little reclamation project. Second chance perhaps, but I mean the Krusty thing is tough because he's like beloved by kids, but he's a very damaged person.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Bill Cosby could be. I mean, he's not the worst fit.
Yeah.
Like if there was a role, it would be that for him.
I feel okay with. I knew I was going to end up with Bill Cosby the second I got the first pick, and I should have just taken him maybe off the board, but then I would have just had someone else. But yeah, I'm okay with him.
You put him on the board.
I did, yeah. I brought him as my Brockman, yeah. Because you took you took Crispin Glover from me, and I replaced him with Bill Cosby. But yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't know, Dan, Joe. How would you rank these teams? You guys actually watch the show, so.
I think Dan probably is the best team. The only issue, Dan, I think you're totally underutilizing Will Ferrell.
To have him as the least screen time probably out of all of these characters, isn't it? Yeah, but where else would you slot him in?
Probably as Krusty or Mo.
Yeah, Seagal would probably. Yeah, I could also.
Or Flanders.
Yeah, Flanders
really
gets a lot of airtime. Yeah, I think probably my. I'm pretty happy with my draft. At least probably one of the better drafts I've had of the last few shows. I like Helena Bonham Carter as Marge. I think that's a strong pick. I feel like DeVito is a good Homer. Maybe one of the stronger Homers. I think Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't know whether he has the comedy element to play Homer.
He's a straight chameleon. He can morph into whatever you want him to be.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw Phantom Thread, but I was sides hurt from laughing so much the whole time. So. I think any role that you put Daniel Day-Lewis in. This was my point when I took him as Grandpa Joe. Any role, Daniel Day-Lewis immediately makes your movie better, I think.
The problem with him as Homer is Homer has the least amount of depth out of any character on the board.
Okay.
Like Homer is as like surface level as it gets. Like there's nothing he can like tap into. Like all the other characters have like a unique like thing, whether it's like a religious thing or like a drinking thing or a monetary thing. Like Homer is he's just low IQ. Yeah.
Joe, I feel like you love having the Paul brothers in your casts.
It was just a youth thing, and it's a moneymaker. I mean, those guys they print out money.
Yeah, I think though on that basis, I think potentially AJ may have stolen this whole thing by getting Charlie D'Amelio in there as Lisa.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, but she's like she will sell this.
I didn't know it was
Who
a
it is
shape, to
either,
be
to
honest.
be honest.
Yeah, I think she might be the biggest star on the board.
Yeah, I think if you want to get people out to watch your movie, Charlie D'Amelio's a great one to do it.
Well, I think AJ
Good
has the money because of he's basically put together a Seinfeld reunion without Seinfeld.
Without Seinfeld, yeah. It's like how The Office wants to come back, without the main characters. They want to like base it around Kevin and Angela. That's basically what AJ's done. Except obviously the Seinfeld characters are significantly better than those ones. But yeah, I don't know. I actually, honestly, I don't think any of us, granted, I don't really know, but I don't think any of us had like an abysmal draft. I wouldn't, if I was AJ, I wouldn't be thrilled about Michael Richards and Louis C.K., but I think this will be a fun vote. I think we'll have a lot of people, wanting to chime in on this one.
Yeah. I mean, my strategy here was the characters that do have depth, really, which is Flanders to Brockman. To me, it had to be the strongest actors on the board, where Danny DeVito is kind of a one-trick pony, So there was strategy, but yeah, I want to say Dan, but it's just like people are going to see the Brockman doing a little news, in the background. Like, oh wow, you could have had him as Homer. You have Daniel Day-Lewis researching the history of donuts to be like
power plant, like doing a Chernobyl type performance
right.
when Homer's at work.
like way too fat for it, dehydrated, sweating.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to watch.
I am worried that people are gonna look at my list and see Bill Cosby and immediately feel that
it's
they
over before it's begun. Maybe with that one. I really wanted Danny, like for the UK fans, I really wanted Danny Dyer as my Mo. I thought I was going to be safe to get that at the end.
I figured that was kind of your strategy when you didn't take Danny Dyer early. I figured if I could get him at some point,
I thought for sure I'd get him in the last round because he runs a pub in like the main UK soap opera, which is EastEnders, and he's like the pub landlord in that. Okay. So he would have been perfect for the role of Mo. But I'm not mad about it because I think most of the votes for this are cast by Americans, and they have no idea who Danny Dyer is. So when they see him on your list, they'll just mark you down for that. So it was a win-win for me.
Yeah, and you're very inclusive, Caitlyn Jenner. I think Barron Trump might hurt you in the vote a little bit, but
he is
I don't think
kind
any
of
of
a
us had a
Millhousey.
strong Millhouse. No, nobody really did well with their Millhouse.
No, Millhouse is a hard one though.
Our weakest,
yeah. I mean, when Carrot Top's in there, it's tough to see
because Millhouse is like
definitely
he's like
the weakness of my whole thing.
He's like over the top, so you have to have somebody that can just be like a total clown.
Yeah, which is none of these guys. Well, I guess Carrot Top.
He's a clown.
There you go.
I don't know, have you guys seen what's that old Al Yankovic movie?
I know you're talking about.
Where he runs his own TV studio.
Yeah. I've never even heard of this.
UHD or something.
UHF.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Oh, it's a classic, and in that Michael Richards is like a doofy simpleton janitor, but then like ends up taking over the kids program, and the kids love him and stuff. So say what you will about Michael Richards, I think he'd be a perfect Krusty.
Yeah, I'm just worried how he's going to interact with Donald Glover. That's my biggest Michael Richards concern. How are those two going to get along? All right, well let's wrap it up.
See.
Let's wrap it up. Unless you guys have any last words on the draft, anything about the Super Bowl, anything you want to say? Joe, I know this is your favorite segment of Spurtability, so why don't we leave you with the final? You can close us out today. Give us the final thought, and then Dan will end the stream. Handing the microphone over to you, Joe.
My final thought is I would love to see this happen, and we've kind of manifested We manifested the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yep. And one other one as well. I can't remember which one it was.
I know,
but...
and I was going to say that, and I was going to have you. I was going to put it on you to tell me what it was because I did forget, and I know it was something. So perhaps we'll see the live action Simpsons. Donald Glover is like a Simpsons like historian, so it's possible that he would want to be the guy behind this.
All right, well, that's the final word.
Well, I was waiting for you to tell me what the other thing was.
I don't know. I just looked. I think it was like I really can't remember. I can't remember. Maybe it was. Did Biden pick a goat for one of his?
Was it? It might have been just AMC. Like
that's right.
AMC
it was. Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what it was. It was.
Yeah.
It was the AMC thing. That's right.
To the
That's
moon.
right. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if we get the live action. Thank you for that, Joe. And yeah, we'll be back with you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.